Hello, everyone. Welcome to Durrett Steak. Hope you all had a good weekend. I did. I loved watching the Game Sevens. They made playoffs despite it being blowouts. But now it's time to go over my Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals predictions. So let's start with the Eastern Conference first between 1 seed Miami, 2 seed Boston. Now, I thought Milwaukee was going to beat Boston, but I did think Chris Middleton was probably going to be back at some point, even if it's just for a game or two. But since that didn't come to fruition, that's why Boston won. But this one's super hard for me to predict because both defenses are like top five. Both defenses are elite, and then they both have good playoff players and Jason Tatum for Boston and Jimmy Butler for Miami. So it's just a matter of okay, whose core or whose role players are going to perform better because it's going to be Boston's or going to be Miami's. Well, in the bubble, even though it was different teams, not exact same teams, but similar. The cores were very similar, though. It ended up being Miami in six, I believe, and I feel like since Miami then has the home court advantage this time, well, Boston's won plenty of road games in the playoffs this year. Um, I do feel like Miami's going to pull this out. One of the main reasons why is because the Celtics, while they do get credit, of sweeping the Nets and Katie and Kyrie and all that, there's just dysfunction there. Um, and as far as the series from Milwaukee, it's like congrats on being Giannis, but if Giannis had Chris Middleton for the whole series, the Bucks would have probably won the series in 5 games, maybe six. So you guys got very fortunate that Chris Middleton was out for the whole series. So while I do think Jason Tatum is the best player in this matchup, which therefore again it wouldn't surprise me if the Celtics won. I'm still gonna go with Miami because again I'm riding the hot train with Jimmy Butler right now, who's playing exceptionally well. And again, I feel like while Ime Udoka is very good and deserves a lot of credit, I do feel like Eric Spoelstra right now will win like the chess match here as far as coaching goes. And I'm going to say Miami in 7. Now for the Warriors and the Mavericks. This one is very hard for me to predict as well. I feel like this will go 7 games. I could say that. Because here's the thing, though. It's like, for the Mavs, I mean, they're double teaming Booker strategy and all that by Jason Kidd was excellent. But here's the thing. Unless it's like Draymond Green or something. If you leave Wiggins, Clay, Poole, stuff open for 3, they're going to kill you. Versus the Suns, where the Suns are a great 3-point shooting team. So therefore, you're willing to kind of leave them more open, and you're willing to kind of live with the results from that. Because if you give Steph, Clay, and all them wide open 3-pointers, it's going to be a wrap. But then again, it's like a lot of people feel like, oh, the Warriors, they could throw Draymond Green or Kuminga or Wiggins at Luka to kind of slow him down a little bit. It's like, no, Luka's not going to be slowed down in this game. But now the question is, does Dinwiddie continue his hot streak? Does Brunson continue to show up? Those players like Finney Smith and Bullock, can they have at least, or Cleveland, can they have at least one or two of those games to help out, It'll be interesting. I feel like I won't be surprised with either outcome. Even though my head is telling me to go Golden State here, my heart, is telling me Mavericks. Even though, and I'm not saying that just because I'm a Max fan. It's just because just based off what I've seen, the Mavericks have been the second best team since the New Year's, behind Phoenix, who they just beat. Phoenix had the best record, and blah blah blah. So now you can say whether Phoenix were frauds or not. That's a different discussion for another day. But nevertheless, they did so. So I feel like as long as Luke continues to stay high and those role players continue to stay high, I feel like it's just easier to ride the wave with them. And then again, it's like, well, Steve Kerr is obviously the more experienced head coach, and the whole Warriors team in general is more experienced. And typically, I do lean experience in the playoffs. For some reason, my heart's telling me to do Mavericks here, so I'm doing Mavs in 7, which they do have the best player in the playoffs right now, Luka, by the way, because I take Luka over Steph. So again, just to review, I have Miami in 7 and Mavs in 7. Now, I could be totally wrong. It could be Celtics 7, Warriors 7. It would not shock me. But if the series ends in a sweep or 5 games for either of these series, I'd be totally shocked. But again, I think we're going to expect a good playoffs, and I would be psyched to have a Mavs Miami rematch back from 2011, the Dirk and LeBron days, but we'll see what happens. Thank you very much for listening to my podcast today, and y'all have a wonderful day.